What's up, everybody? Derek here, the 100-mile miner, and I'm back at one of my claims. Gold price is breaking 4,000. Got to get out here. So I had a change of plans. I was gonna get a mini excavator in here, and I'll show you in a second. But open up this and expose this vein, and I was getting ready to rent it, and my driver's license expired, so no luck. So anyway, I'll show you what I got here. Few years ago, when I claimed this cut was here, but I got a machine in here and exposed the vein just barely. It was at the bottom of this cut. There was a little bit of it there, and by the time I got back in here, it all caved in. But then, since I've been in here last, that big madrone there slid off the bank and exposed vein up on that side there that is yeah, it's about 3 feet wide almost. And here they've exposed, who knows when, I don't know. I located this. But they exposed the vein here, intersected it with this cut to expose it here. I believe the vein is right underfoot here because there's all this quartz here. And they did this cut to expose it here, although I don't see it. I'm going to dig in, see if I can find it. And then all along this, they did some trenches and exposed the vein. And then down in the draw, they punched an adit in to intersect this vein. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why else, because it doesn't follow a vein. But it ran short. It didn't hit the vein yet. So I think this was a claim they were planning on developing, and for whatever reason just didn't get there. So, but if you've seen my other videos, there's a big ore pile there. I hauled a bunch of that home. Just didn't have as much gold as I thought it was going to. So, but I'm wondering if this was sorted low grade and there was a high grade section of vein that they were taking. So now that I've got the vein exposed up there, I'm gonna sample a few spots and pan it, see what we get. So I'll jump down in there and we'll get up there and get a sample. All right, so here's this cut. You can see this tree here, this big madrone, used to be right up there, slid down into the cut here. So we'll get up here. I'll show you that vein. You can see a bunch of quartz all mixed into this dirt here that sloughed off with it. So it was definitely right over that vein. So let me climb up there. I'll turn the camera back on. All right, so here's the vein. Got one side of it here, goes all the way over to there, and this is definitely different looking than the pile below. This is closer to the surface, maybe oxidized. It's pretty crumbly, decomposing quartz. So who knows, maybe this part of it has better gold in it than that, harder, more sulfide rich stuff that's in the pile down there. So I'm going to pull a sample. I think I'm going to start with a pan from the right side, the left side, and then in the middle. So I can't really get the camera and do that at the same time, so I'll do that and then we'll go down there and pan it. Okay, since this stuff's so crumbly, I think I can probably get away with just classifying, get enough to at least pan a little samples. This from that right side of the vein. Oh yeah, plenty. All right. See, I got a good amount in there to pan. I'll have to pan it into this bucket. Get some water. You don't need to watch me pan. I'll pan it and then show you what I get. Okay, well here's an angle you can see pretty good. That's pretty good little line of gold right there for only about a pound. I got a magnifying glass here. Let's see if we can see it any better through that. Light's just shining on it. There you go. some pretty good looking gold there. Some pretty good line for only a pound. That's pretty exciting. Makes me think this oxidized zone is maybe where the good ore was at, and they were just piling up that sulfide stuff because it didn't have as much. So that's the right side. We'll snap a picture of that and sample the center and left. Super exciting. Okay, so here's that. This is the left side. The other first sample was the right side. Gosh, there might be a couple specks in there, but not near as much as that right side. So that's interesting. Now I'm going to pull another sample from the center between the right and left and see how that looks. All right, so there's the center section. I don't see anything. I didn't bring a loop with me to look close for really small specks, but yeah, it's just on that right side of the vein. So I'm going to try to expose the vein over in this other cut and see what it looks like there. Okay, I got rained out for a little while. It started pouring on me, so I took a little break. That up there where I thought maybe the vein, it probably is, well, maybe, I don't know. I dug and dug way up and down, and it's just, I think there's just a bunch of quartz piled up there. So this is this claim needs some work with an excavator. Do get some real work done. Might try to get back up in here the next month or so. But for now, since I'm limited on time, I'm gonna get up where the vein is up there and try to get a big sample from that right side and get it back to my shop and see what kind of gold we can get out of it. Gold topping 4,000 an ounce. Could be worth it. We'll see. It's kind of a little sketchy up there. Okay, so it's the next morning. Didn't have too much time by the time I got here last night. It was getting dark and rainy. Pretty nice out this morning. So I mentioned that they had intersected the vein up above, or exposed it in several cuts, and then drove an adit, which is right here behind me, straight in at about a 90 to the vein to intersect it. I mean, I can see no other reason to do that. But it never hit the vein. So what I've done already is hiked up the hill, measured. It's about 110 feet from the entrance of this adit to where they exposed the vein above, horizontally 110 feet. And so we're going to measure how far to the face in this adit and get a rough idea. I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know which way the vein is dipping. That could change how far away it is down here to up there substantially. So I'm going to pay attention to the country rock, see how it's laid in there. It's not a guarantee to what the vein's doing, but might give me an idea of the dip of the vein. And I've got a rough elevation change from here to above is about 75 feet. So we can maybe make some predictions on how far in to intersect that vein. So let's get in there and take a look. All right, we are in. They went in, otherwise they did kind of cross something here. Doesn't look like much. There's the entrance. Quite a bit of digging to open that up. I had a bat flying around in here, so hopefully we can dodge him. So we will walk to the back and then measure our way back out. So it's pretty good. Oh, there's that bat. Yeah, go over my head, buddy. See if I get down low, if he'll go over the top of me. No, he's okay. There's the end of the tunnel. Oh, I hate bats. All right, go over the top of me. All right. Well, maybe I can just shoot my tape measure in the back while he flitters around. Landed. Hopefully it'll stay there. Okay, through the face to here, we have about 20 feet. I'm not going to be able to hold the camera and measure, so I'll shut it off and see what we get. Okay, so it's kind of hard with this light to see, but you can actually see, and I've noticed a trend, all the veins are dipping farther into the hillside, unfortunately. From what I can measure, and who knows, the actual vein could vary, but about 1 foot in for every 4 foot vertically. So we'll calculate that in as, I mean, I do see some cracks going the other way, like this one here. So it's hard to say. I mean, there is actually a bunch of dips going the other way. So it's really hard to say what is going on with this. So anyway, we will make a prediction from there. We can at least get the actual footage. So, all right. Okay, so measured about 85 feet from the entrance of the tunnel to the face. So with what I got above, 110 feet to where they expose the vein, that would, in theory, make it 25 feet. And you know, those cracks, like I said, there was you know, several cracks I could see dipping farther into the hillside, but then some dipping the opposite way. So honestly, I'll just have to see if I can get a better look at the vein, see if I can see which way it's dipping, and make a prediction from there. Hopefully it's dipping away from, not deeper into the hillside, but farther out, so it would make less adit to drive to intersect the vein. As of right now, we have 25 feet, so shoot, if it's dipping towards the face, it could be 6 inches on the other side of that. So definitely finding that dip is going to be super important. So I'll hike the rest of the way up this hill and keep pulling a sample, a good size sample from that vein, and maybe I can get a look at which way it looks like it's dipping. So yeah, we'll just keep on keeping on. Okay, well, couldn't really tell the dip of the vein up where I could see it because it kind of twisted and turned.